In a recent conversation with a friend, we spoke about how we are entering into the next phase of life, the professional phase, the entrepreneurial phase, and the beginning of the corporate path. If you decide to hustle it through the 9 to 5 or even start your own venture, one thing that remains common is the effective use of your money and budgeting your lifestyle. These initial years of your career set base for how you'll manage your money in the future. Fortunately, I stumbled over this page on Instagram called Fin Cocktail that demystifies finance and helps women figure their own finances. The page is run by Sayali, who's done her BSc from NYU Stern School of Business in Finance and Marketing and her MBA in Finance from Babson College. She's an ex-Citibank employee and uses her experience to share her knowledge of finance. Today she is going to help us understand the basics of personal finance for young individuals just starting out their career and give us tips on how we can make our money work for us. Put on those earphones and get ready because it's time to talk money. Hey Sayali, welcome to the show. So the first question that I have for you today is that when students are in the phase of moving into career mode, they struggle with managing their personal finance. They earn a small amount of money and lack enough knowledge to invest in financial instruments and make that money grow. How and which instruments could they use and take advantage of in the beginning of their careers so that it sets path for their future endeavors?
In the beginning of their careers, young, enthusiastic, recent earners, according to me, fall under two categories. One are the overly cautious. They want to plan and they want to save as much as possible early on. The second are the spenders. They've just realized they earn their own money, are answerable to nobody, and can do whatever they like with it. So they love spending it. My advice would be to sort of balance the two instincts. Yes, you do have your newfound financial independence and you can do whatever you like with it, but you have to make sure that you save a small portion of your small income from the beginning. Because only then does it become a habit that you can sustain over time as your income grows. And the most important thing is to cultivate this habit of saving consistently over time. Now, coming to financial instruments to select. How do you choose to invest these savings is as important as the habit of saving itself, because only then does the money grow. I strongly recommend dabbling in mutual funds at an early stage in your investing career. I say this because as young earners, you have a lifetime ahead of you. You have time enough to keep that money invested and watch it grow. You will be surprised how much your investments can grow in a good mutual fund over a long time horizon. You have to remember, however, that you must do your research on any instrument that you select and any instrument that you want to put your money into.
This is really relatable because I know when you start out and you earn small amounts of money, you want to spend them on those things that you really want at that particular period of time. So maybe if I want to go ahead and buy, a new headset or a new wireless mic for myself, very easy to give in and purchase it at the same time, and therefore cultivating that habit of saving I think is really, really important. So the follow-up question would be, what is the best way for a student to create a personal budget to save, and is there any particular application or just a simple pen and paper technique would do? And if there's a student on a stringent monthly pocket money, what's the best way for him to budget?
In today's day and age, there are tons of budgeting apps in the market. But I'll always prefer the basic pen and paper technique because I think budget is an approximate process. Honestly, specific budgets are like crash diets. They're way overrated and I don't think they work. You tend to begin sticking to a strict spending pattern and then it goes haywire about 2-3 days in. I tried it, doesn't work. What honestly works is having a good understanding of your expenditures. You can use a simple pen and paper technique of literally just listing down 3 categories. Number 1, all the expenses that you absolutely cannot do without in a month, like rent, tuition fees, or even stationery and textbooks you may need every quarter. Number 2, all the over the top expenses like shopping on shoes, clothes, eating out, even though this must have reduced a lot in 2020. Number 3 is what is your income. This includes everything like your paycheck or even your pocket money. This will give you a fair understanding about how you spend your money. Knowing the difference between how much you need to spend and how much you actually spend can give you great accountability and a reality check. It automatically helps you curb your expenditure. I also use one amazing technique to avoid online shopping sprees. So if I see an ad for a product or like something that my friends have posted, etc., I click on it, I see it, I check the price, etc., and then I just shut it and leave it. I come back to it after 30 days to see if I still want it. Only then do I go ahead and buy it. It's called the 30-day rule. And honestly, more often than not, I forget about the random things at the end of the month. And I'm already on something else. It really helps me figure out what was an impulse buy and what I really wanted. So I think as students with stringent pocket money, it'll really help to use this 30-day rule.
Now, if we talk about your page, Fin Cocktail is a women driven page. What do you think are the main obstacles stopping women from entering the financial field? Or do you think it's the level of interest towards the subject or some other reason?
There's been a ton of research on the fact that there's been a lack of women in any field. There's also been a lot of research on how women are breaking glass ceilings everywhere. They're doctors, lawyers, engineers, even in the financial field. But those who aren't in the field tend to avoid taking decisions about their own personal finances. They make their own money, but give it to a brother, father, spouse, or even a boyfriend to handle it. So we know it happens, but very few have tried to ask why. What I've noticed is that women lack confidence when it comes to handling their own money. This is because many of them think it's a daunting and scary world. Honestly, there are 4 main reasons why women don't manage their own money. They think that, number 1, they don't know enough. Number 2, they don't have enough money. Number 3, what if there's an emergency? And number 4, what if I make a mistake? Now, I'd love to tell all the women who are listening in a little secret. You don't have to be scared at all. And here's why. If you think you don't know enough, well, there's so much information about the financial world out there that no one knows enough about it. You just have to begin, be ready to learn, and you will succeed. Guess what? Follow us at Fin Cocktail and we can help you out when you want to start to learn. Number 2 was if you think you don't have enough money. Well, if you don't invest your money and manage it, you'll never have enough. Did you know that you can start investing from as little as 500 rupees in mutual funds? You don't need a huge pile of money to be eligible for investments. Only when you start small and invest consistently will you ever have that enough. Point number 3 is something that you need to think about. In case of an emergency. But that's why you have to prepare. You have to have an emergency fund in an easily accessible account and insurances sorted for yourself and your immediate family. After that, you can invest without distress. And last but not the least, making mistakes. Well, everybody makes mistakes. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's true. That's how we learn. Don't give up on the amazing opportunity to become financially free just because you're scared. As long as you learn, do your research, put in your time, and prepare for emergencies, you will do just fine. Think about it. As women, our ancestors, though in a patriarchal society, have been handling home finances for years. They managed the kitchen and the home on a tight budget and managed to save extras for an emergency and still gave some to their children to spend. So we have it in us. We just have to discover that side.
It's been a short podcast and I bet you have a few questions on managing your money. So please be free to DM the team at FinCocktail for all your finance related queries because they are the best in the game. Secondly, I believe growth is something very important at the early stages of your venture, and therefore I have decided to activate personal listener support for my podcast, which basically means that you can have your profile, business or idea shared across the globe through Out of the Hood with Hamza at minimum effort. Also, I request all the listeners of this episode that if you've liked our learnings, then please share it across your social media and leave a thoughtful comment to us on Instagram. It honestly brings out a feeling of fulfillment and a great deal of satisfaction to my heart when I see this support. That's it for today. Keep hustling, and I'll see you at the next podcast.